What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how to run an out route. There are two ways to run an out route, guys. So we're going to be talking about one with a heavy stick and an indicator, and then we're going to be talking about an out route where we round this break and we get in and out of this thing as fast as possible and hit the ground running. So Stefon Diggs is one of the best at an out route because of how well he sells fade, okay? We got to be able to sell vertical right off the line of scrimmage. Everything looks the same at this point in the route, guys. Where I'm drawing right now, everything is going to look the same. Snap it down, violent stick, in and out of this route, and we got to hit everything full speed, guys. We don't want to slow down after we make this break. That's a mistake a lot of receivers make, is they make this violent break, they got good hips, whatever, and then they slow down. We can't have that. Let's watch this thing full speed. So he's coming out, violent snap, violent stick, explodes out of this break, then catches this ball. So main thing I want to talk about is when he gets up to this route, he's coming out here. Look, full speed, great pad level, okay? He doesn't ease up before the break. That's one thing that I see a lot of receivers do. They get up to this break, and what they do is they start to lean back right here. They start to lean back and slow down, and that kills their whole momentum, right? We want to keep this good, explosive pad level going straight out, and then see how he does it. No indicator on this route. Everything stays the exact same. Now, what that does, if there's a DB there, it doesn't give him a tell. There's no tell as to what he's going to be doing, as to when he's going to be breaking. The DB, for all he knows, it's going to be running a fade. He's going to be on his heels, or he's going to be backpedaling out of there, and that's exactly what we want. Now, at the top of the route, you can see violent stick. That's what we need. Violent. You want to be in an explosive hip position, and you see when he makes this stick, guys, he's exploding towards the sideline, okay? That's what we need. We never want to have our feet open or our feet up and down, these shin angles up and down, because we're going to be slow out of this break. He's exploding into this next route, into this out route, getting towards the sideline. And again, when we make this break, guys, anytime we make an out, we want to sell this thing with our head and shoulders to the inside. Okay, that's perfect. That's the exact stick. When I say violent stick, that's exactly what I mean. Coming up, selling fade, drop right now. And explosive hip position. Now we're going to talk about this second step. You want to be running out of this break at this position. You don't want to make this stick and then pop straight up and then be slow, because the quarterback's putting it on this spot, and we got to get to that spot. He's throwing this thing. The ball should be halfway there when his back is turned. He shouldn't see you throw the ball, okay? So now his second step, you see, he's running. He pivots this thing. He's on his toes. He's running out of there. Third step angles him back down. He's snapping his head around fast. We need to go snap down, 2, 3, snap those eyes back to this ball, because the quarterback's throwing this ball here. The ball's already in the air, and as you can see, Diggs is able to catch this thing and then work to the sideline, then get upfield. That's a great job working this violent stick with a heavy indicator on this out route. Staying in explosive hip position, pivots off that second step to get his hips down towards the sideline. What that pivot does, guys, is that allows him to hit this thing full speed. It doesn't make him slow down. He's able to run, and all what you want to run into the break, make a sudden stick, spend the least amount of time at the top of the route, and then run out of the break, and that's exactly what Diggs does by that pivoting off that second step. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's coming out here, stick, 1, 2, 3, out of this thing, accelerate out. That's a great job. Okay, so now we're going to be watching the same idea. You can see how violent his stick is, how violent his hips are. That's what we need. Again, coming off this line of scrimmage, exploding. Nothing tells, if there's a DB here, nothing would tell him that he's going to be running an out. We don't want to have any tells, okay? He could run a dig, he could run an out, he could run a comeback, he could run a curl, or he could run a fade. And the DB has no idea what we're going to be running, okay? He doesn't. They like to pretend that they do, but he doesn't know what we're running. And how we take care of that is by this great pad level, having good explosive pad level off the line of scrimmage. So he's coming out here, snap down, or I shouldn't even say snap down, because it's not a snap down. He's just making this violent stick, getting an explosive pad level position, head and shoulders to the inside, right? It's all about repetition, guys. I cannot stress this enough. This is one of the best in the world, right, at route running. And this is him working out. We got to try to work out like the best guys do, okay? We got to try to do what the best guys do, and it's all about repetition. A lot of guys ask me, how do I get better at this route, this route, this route? By running the route. You need to work this route. You need to work it with a quarterback. You need to work the timing with the quarterback to make sure it's as game realistic as possible. Anybody can sit there and do pointless footwork drills for an hour and a half and think that they got some work in, but what are you actually doing? Are you actually working? And this is one of the best in the world actually working. Now again, second step, pivots him. Third step, driving out. What does he do? Snaps those eyes back around. He knows the ball's in the air. He's in a good pad level position. He's running out of the top of the break, and then he catches this ball. That's a great job by Stefon Diggs, working this heavy indicator stick and then exploding out of this route. Now the next one we're going to be breaking down is a no indicator route. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's coming out, violent stick, in and out of this thing, doesn't lose any speed. That's a great job. Okay, so now he's going to be working out of USC here. He's going to be at the bottom, like middle bottom of your screen to the right. Now, the main thing I want you to see is there's no indicator on this route. There's no violent stick. So what this is he's selling fade so good, and he gives a little bit of a lean. So we're going to break it down in a second, but let's watch it full speed. There's no violent stick right there, right, guys? He's just coming in and out of this route. So you can see now we got a DB on here. Good pad level. DB, look what he's starting to do. He's starting to turn his hips. He's starting to run out of there because he's so fast off the line of scrimmage. His worst nightmare, this DB, is getting beat over the top. He does not want to get beat over the top, so he's going to make sure that that doesn't happen. So what does Diggs do? He closes the gap with him, gets him to turn these hips. He's not reacting out of there. He's not going to be able to come out of a back pedal and drive on this thing. His hips are open. That's exactly what Diggs wanted. He wanted him to think he's going fade and just to run with him. Now, you guys can see how much the fade plays a factor into this. Now, we're going to talk about this no indicator route. When you want to have a no indicator route and you want to round this thing off, you got to dip this opposite shoulder. So you got to dip this left shoulder, almost getting your pad level lower to the ground. Okay, now what that does is that gets you more explosive, gets you in a lower position to the ground, and you're able to just run out of this thing with no indicator. Now look when this ball's coming. Ball's in the air, right? Ball's in the air, what's he doing? He's snapping his head around. If we're late with our head around, if we're right here and we run out for about 3 steps and my head's looking towards the sideline and then I snap it around last second, this ball's going to surprise us. We can't have that, guys. So this is a no indicator route, dipping that shoulder and just rounding this thing off and running out of this route. That's a great job by Stefon Diggs working this route with no indicator. So there's 2 ways to run the route, guys. You got a violent stick and then you got to round it off. Okay, the round off, you got to dip. So you got to dip that left shoulder if you were on the left side of the field, and you dip the right shoulder if you're on the right side of the field to get your momentum to come out on this out route. Okay, let's watch this thing full speed one more time. Coming out, no indicator, accelerate out of this break. That's a great job to hit this thing full speed. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. Please leave in the comments what video you guys would like to see next. I'd really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys next time.